A good poultry house is important for the safety, the health, and the productivity of your chicken. So, in this video, we are going to show to you 10 characteristics that are necessary for you to have when constructing a good poultry house. Please stay tuned and watch this video to the end as we show to you the main characteristics or the secret which we have been able to learn during our years in poultry farming concerning the characteristics on constructing a good poultry housing that has enabled us to double our production rate. So the first important factor which characterizes a good poultry or chicken house is adequate space. Talking about adequate space is in terms of height and length. For the height, as you can see here, we have a height of about 4 meters of our chicken house. This is so because it will enable the radiation of heat not to have direct impact on our chicken. As such, our chicken will be in good condition and it will enable them to have a good productivity rate. In areas where the climate is too harsh, it is advisable to construct the housing of your chickens at a height of about 5 to 6 meters. As such, the sun rays or the heat of the sun will not have direct impact on your chicken. In other ways, you could still use plywood in order to block the heat of the sun. So, the use of plywood will serve as a ceiling in order to block the heat of the sun when there is too much sun, especially in places that the sun rays is too high or during the dry season. So that is it for the height. So talking about the length, I'm sure you might be wondering what is the space necessary or required for each bird in your chicken housing. Here at Otto's Farms, we do use 2 to 3 square feet per bird, and since we have 3,000 layers, we have 9,000 square feet per bird. So if you want to enroll or get into 500 layers or birds, it is advisable that you should have a spacing of 1,500 square feet. So to conclude on this adequate spacing, since we know that 2 to 3 square feet is needed for each bird in your chicken house, you can do the multiplication for any amount of birds which you want to raise and know the exact spacing which you need for your birds. The second point which characterizes a good chicken house is natural light. That is, the penetration of natural light into your chicken house is very necessary to help regulate the natural clock of your chicken. That is to say, your chicken, with the use of natural light, they'll be able to know when to wake up and to sleep. By so doing, this will help them in their health and also regulate or help build up a proper laying system of your chickens. So as you can see, here at Otto's Farms, during the construction of our chicken house, we make sure to enable light to infiltrate into the housing properly. The housing of our chicken is not too close to the fence that will block light from entering into the house. So it is advisable that when you're constructing your chicken house, you should enable it to have proper lighting. So with proper lighting, your birds are assured to feed very well and drink water properly. given the fact that they will easily see and locate their feed and drinking water. So the third important factor, it is security. So one of the main characteristics when constructing a good poultry housing, it is security. That is to say, as you can see here at Otto's Farms, we made use of blocks and hard wire mesh. So with the use of blocks, it helps us or enables that predators such as snakes and rats shouldn't have access into our poultry housing. And while with the use of hard mesh, it enables us not to have the infiltration or birds to come into the poultry housing. By so doing, we limit the spread of bacteria into our poultry housing, because birds, rats are transporters of bacteria and viruses from outside the poultry to inside the chicken house. So the fourth point, when talking about characteristics or good characteristics which are required when constructing a poultry housing, is for you to enable easy access for cleaning. That is to say, when constructing a poultry housing, arrange the floor very well in a way that when you want to clean the waste or the dropping of your chickens, it should be easily done. For instance, here at Otto's Farms, we cemented our floor and made sure that the floor should be leveled in a manner that when we put sawdust on the floor, the sawdust shouldn't go on one side, but that it should be balanced. Moreover, by so doing, when your floor is well cemented with simple cement and sand without no concrete, it also enables your floor to absorb water which is being sprayed from the drinkers. Moreover, when talking about easy access to cleaning, it is necessary in order to eliminate ammonia gas easily from your chicken housing. The fifth point which characterizes a good poultry housing, it is the nesting box. Here at Otto's Farm, we make sure that the nesting box is well cleaned and well arranged for our chickens or layers to lay their eggs in a comfortable manner. It should be noted that the nesting box, it is the most private part or area of every chicken house when it comes to layers. So as you can see, our nesting box are set at the darkest corner of our chicken house. This is so because we know that our layers need privacy when they want to lay their eggs. As such, we will not have problems with our eggs being laid on the floor or where they can easily get break. So your nesting box, it is advisable that your nesting box should be well arranged or be put in a privacy area where your layers can lay their eggs properly and in privacy. So as you can see, the construction of our nesting box was made in such a way that the boxes do not occupy space which is required inside the housing of our chicks. That is to say, the box construction is constructed in a manner that it is projected outward rather than inward. So in order for us to have more spacing in our chicken house. So that is what makes up a good characteristic for a chicken house. So the next characteristics that makes up a good poultry or chicken house, it is materials which are durable and resistant to harsh weathers. Here in Cameroon, especially here in Boya at Otto's Farms, we make use of woods which are from eucalyptus tree, because these woods are known for their durability and resistance to moisture. So it is advisable that when you are constructing your chicken housing, make use of materials that will resist rain and moisture. So as you can see, so we also make use of blocks which are durable more than planks and are resistant to rain and other attacks, maybe from rats. Moreover, we also make use of durable wire mesh which can withstand the infiltration of birds. In addition, we also make use of hard wire mesh which do not easily get rust when being touched by water. Viewers, please sorry for the inconveniences of the sound system, because as we were doing this video, the rain began falling. Thanks for understanding. Moreover, talking about durable materials for the construction of a good poultry housing, we also make use of trampolines which we acquired from Douala, the market Mbopi, where they sell durable trampolines there. So with this trampoline, we are able to stop the penetration of rain during heavy rainfalls and heavy wind blowing. So it is advisable that when constructing a good poultry housing, you need trampolines in order to prevent the effects or the impact of heavy rainfall into your chicken housing. So viewers, an important factor or aspect to note when installing a trampoline is that you should put your trampoline from down to up, rather from up to down, in order to avoid the blockage of ammonia gas when leaving from inside your chicken house to outside. Because when your trampoline is put from up to down, it will block the exit of ammonia. Please hold on, Masa, I beg una subscribe for this channel. I don't even see what effort we even try to make it, even under rain, so we make video. Everybody say move give una good content, and I beg una subscribe. I beg una try subscribe, una support we. I beg, please. Let's keep on watching the video. The next important factor which is necessary for a good chicken house, it is the feeders and drinkers. Here at Otto's Farms, we make use of about 150 drinkers and 90 feeders. This is so because since we have 3,000 layers and then make use of a space that is about 9,000 square feet, it is necessary for our layers to have easy access to food and water. At the beginning of this video, we told you that we had a secret which we are going to share to you that help us double our productivity. This secret is known as ventilation. Here at Otto's Farms, our experience which we had was that when we began poultry farming, the construction of our housing was not proper. That is to say, the height and the spacing was not good. For the height, it was too short in such a manner that the litter in our poultry housing was not getting dry easily, and by so doing, it created or produced moisture. This moisture leads to the emission of gases and also leads to the growth of bacteria within the litter in our poultry housing. As such, our birds could easily get sick, and it leads to the expenditure cost of our production. So it is advisable that when you are constructing a good poultry housing, you should take into consideration ventilation. That is to say, the height of your poultry housing should be in such a manner that air will easily get in and out of your chicken housing. As such, ammonia acid or gas which is being produced inside your poultry housing will easily move out, and fresh air will easily move in. By so doing, your chickens will always be in good health. Thanks viewers for watching this video to the end. Please, if this video has been very vital to you, please do subscribe and share our videos. For those who have comments, please go to the comment section and do comments so we should have feedback on our contents.